Good morning everybody, welcome back. Jiujitsu2000 here today. I'm back and today I want to answer some questions that came through to me. What's the difference between the Sofirn SC31 and the Sofirn SC31B? What is the difference? So when you first look at the lights, they are identical in length. They have the same head diameter, they both have the same tail cap, same battery tube. Now when you get up into the head of the light, you can see that the pocket clip's the same. I just happen to have this battery tube oriented differently so I can use it as a headlamp on the ball of my cap. And it's not too heavy to do that. It's pushing it, but it works. Now when you get up to the switches, you can see that they're both in breathing mode right now. On the older model here, you can see 4 little Phillips screws, and there was some people that were complaining about that. They said it didn't look clean. Personally, I never had an issue with it. It worked fine for me. The light was great, never had an issue. But obviously you can see that they've cleaned up their switch area and made it look a lot more presentable. As far as the heat dissipators, they're about the same, nothing too different. Just a little bit of design changes, nothing crazy though. The micro USB port charging rubber is the same. I mean, nothing's really changed there. I'm not a big fan of micro USB charging on a waterproof flashlight. I just don't personally care for that, but I never had any problems with the old rubber here. It always worked fine, and I've had this thing in the water quite a bit, never had any issues. The main thing about that is to make sure that the rubber is pressed into the charging port, otherwise you're going to lose the IPX8 waterproofness. So when you turn these flashlights on, if we start with the older one, you'll notice that it has 3 modes of operation. It's got a low, a medium, and a high, and then it also has a strobe. So if I push that button, it comes on. There's low, 10 lumens, and 179 hours and 33 minutes, or 7.47 days. Now I'll talk about that here in a second. Push and hold, there's medium, high, low, medium. Medium is 200 lumens for 9 hours and 7 minutes, and then high right there, 610 lumens for 2 hours and 42 minutes. 141 meters of throw on this setting. Candela is 4941. So let me stop that again, turn it back on. You see that it came right back to high because this flashlight has a memory mode. And then if I push and hold again, we can watch it cycle through the modes: low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high, low, medium, high, back to low. Now to get to strobe, we double click. Same thing, single press takes us back to the previously used mode prior to strobe, which was low. Now single press turns the light off, and to get to breathing, we just push and hold, and it gets to the breathing mode. Now this new one operates exactly the same, okay? There are going to be differences though. So to turn it on, same thing, I push the button. We're going to be on the last mode access, which happens to be economy, 10 lumens for 80 hours or 3.3 days. Push and hold, there's low, 150 lumens for 8 hours. There's medium, 400 lumens for 2.5 hours. And then of course, go up to high, 1000 lumens for 1 hour and 20 minutes. The candela rating is 10,750. And the throw on this setting is 207 meters. Now, let's go back to economy here. Turn that one off, put it on breathing mode, same thing. If you look at the side of the flashlights and you look at the switches, the switch on the older model sticks out a little further than the newer model. The newer model switch is a little bit more flush. Feels a little bit better actually. The older model kind of sticks out a little more. So you could get some accidental turning on of this older flashlight. Now both of these flashlights are impact resistant down to 1 meter. They both have IPX8 waterproofness down to 2 meters. They both come with an 18650 battery operating at 2200 milliamp hour. Now here's where the differences lie. If we look at these lights and we turn them on to lowest setting, on the new one it's economy, and on the older one it's just low. Both of those settings are 10 lumens. Now on the new one, with the exact same battery, we're getting 80 hours of runtime. Now on the older one, with the exact same battery, they claim 179 hours and 35 minutes, or 7.47 days. But they do say in small letters that they did those tests using a battery that was 3500 milliamp hour. If you were to put the exact battery that comes with them in there, which is the same battery, 2200 milliamp hour, these run times would probably be the same or somewhat close to what the new one is. The only reason this one has higher run times on 10 lumens is because it was tested using a higher capacity battery. Now another thing that I want to talk about when it comes to the older one, it runs a Cree LED. This is the XPG3 LED. Now the new one, they do not specify what that LED is in the newer one. Now when you talk about the dimensions of the light, they are both exactly the same as far as length and bezel diameter. So they're both 117.5 millimeters long by 25.4 millimeters at the bezel. Now the weight has gotten a little bit heavier on the new one, not by much. The older one was 55 grams without the battery. The newer one is 59 grams without the battery. Now the price point on the new one is around 22 bucks with the battery, and I think the old one was around 20 bucks. Don't quote me on that. They both have a strobe function. The strobe function on both of these fluctuates the frequency from a high frequency down to a low frequency. They both have a memory mode. They both, when you turn them on, you'll see the thing light up for 5 seconds telling you the status of the battery, and then it turns off. Now if you see solid blue like that, that's telling you your battery is good. If your battery starts to get a little bit low, you'll see that blue will slowly flash. Kind of not like breathing mode, but you'll see it kind of like flash a little bit. And then if your battery's really getting critical, you'll see it flash quickly. If you look at the light itself, the newer one is a very white light, where the old one has almost a neutral white look to it. So you got that change. I really wish that they would put magnets in these tail caps. That's really about all I have on the differences between these two lights. They're both great. The old ones worked fine for me. I hope this video helps you out. I hope this answers your questions. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video, share this video, and as always, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.